If you can build a pyramid,
You
you can build anything. Went everywhere, and those tunnels ended with a burial chamber was cut in the rock. This is my last tomb. We went inside the darkness. I saw something shining. I saw a wooden mask, gilded with sheets of gold. So those tunnels, those mazes, would try to hide the burial chamber for a high official guy tomb. So this was the last tomb of the pyramids. And we found this beautiful wooden coffin and wooden gilded mask. And everyone was happy. And the movie is on air now in National Geographic. It's called The Lost Tomb of the Pyramids by Ashraf Mohie El-din and all the team. You see, when you trust your feelings, when you never give up, you get good things. This is what I'm teaching to my assistants and everybody about this. But it's a feeling. When I found something for the first time, it's like a baby for me. It's like my wife is giving a birth and I'm holding the baby. It's a priceless feeling when you have something like this. Okay? That's it?
No.
Yes.
No, of course. Because all these monuments, pyramids, tombs, temples, only 30% of our monuments and artifacts. It means 70% still uncovered yet. I get the honor to work in Saqqara for 9 years. And I was the first guy to work beneath the step pyramid. You know the step pyramid? It's the first, oldest pyramid ever we had, like steps. Okay? So, beneath the step pyramid, it's a big story. It's a shaft. It's about 9 by 9 meters square. Cut in the rock. Went down to the king's chamber. And inside the king's chamber, we found a huge sarcophagus, about 60 tons from granite. The question is now, how do you lower down this huge sarcophagus for 28 meters deep, almost 90 feet? Since 4,700 years. No machines, no elevators, nothing. But we have a genius architect. His name is Imhotep. So what this architect did, here is the shaft, the main shaft. And here is the chamber, okay? And the sarcophagus is here. How we can lower down? So all of this was cut in the rock. This smart architect, what he did, he cut 2 side shafts. And those shafts was connected from down with the king's chamber. He filled the king's chamber with sands. He filled the main shaft with sands. He put the sarcophagus at the top of the main shaft, and he took the sands out from those subsidiary shafts. And sarcophagus went down step by step until it was rested at the bottom of the pyramid, of the bottom of the burial chamber. 5 years to place the sarcophagus down. If you can build a pyramid, you can do anything. Right? You can lower down a sarcophagus for 28 meters deep, about 60 tons from granite.
How do you know that's how he did it?
Because we found the shafts and we found some drawings in the walls of the tombs. That's it. A shaft, a king's chambers, 2 side shafts. That's it beneath the step pyramid? No. No. We found 2 side chambers were cut in the rock also. And guess what? Inside those chambers, we found 40,000 of alabaster jars. 40,000 of alabaster jars filled with what? With honey, milk, wine, beer. Oh my gosh, wine. French people are so proud. They had wine dates back for a few hundred years. In Saqqara, we found wine dates back for 4,700 years. If you can build a pyramid, you can have wine dates back for 400 years. You can do anything. So, if you want to be archaeologist, like me, you have to be crazy. I tested, so I passed out for 5 minutes. All my sisters in my colleagues said, you're crazy, maybe you'll die. I said, well, if I was died, it's an adventure to test a wine dates back for 4,700 years. That's it? We need a step pyramid?
No.
No. A shaft, a king chambers, two side chambers, two side shafts? No. We found tunnels, passages, went everywhere around the king chamber, were cut in the rock, about 6 miles. Oh my gosh, 6 miles of tunnels were cut in the rock. How did they carve it? And if you want to go through those tunnels, you have to tie a rope to show the way out, to be as your guide. But when we found these tunnels, I forgot everything. Even I was out of my mind. I forgot to tie the rope. So I went inside those tunnels, so I got lost more than 5 hours. When I get out, all my colleagues said, you are crazy. Maybe we'll die there. I said, well, if I was died there, I will be buried in a pyramid. Can you imagine how cost building a pyramid nowadays? Or maybe after 50 years, they will do excavation and they will say, we found the skeleton of the Pharaoh Ashraf. It's an adventure. Archaeology is a big adventure. You have to get a brave heart to go through all the things. That's it. We need a step pyramid?
No.
Yes. Beneath the step pyramid. Okay? So, after this, they put the first mastaba or the first step, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth to get what we call the step pyramid. 6 steps. You know, in 2018, I was guiding American First Lady, Melania Trump, at the pyramid. And she did ask me a question. Who were the builders of the pyramids? Aliens? Atlantis people? People of outer space? I said, come on, don't break my heart. I have 120 pyramids in Egypt. Each time I call the space, come, build the pyramid for me. Actually, in 1990, we had a great discovery. Behind this mountain, desert, sands were everywhere. American tourist was riding a horse in the desert, and the leg of the horse fell down in a hole, and we did excavations, we just cleaned the sands. Guess what? We found the workers' tombs, the builders of the pyramid tombs. We did discover the first tomb. It was for the chief of the workers, who was married 2 wives, and he got 18 kids, busy guy. 2 wives, and he got a double work. 18 kids, and 2 wives for the chief of the workers. Some people said building a pyramid by slaves. They weren't slaves. They were workers. And we give them salaries. Salaries, what kind of money? 4,600 years, there is no money. So what kind of salary? We give them beer, bread, and salted fish as a salary. Because in winter, River Nile flooded all Egypt with water. And the majority of the Egyptians were farmers. They stayed in their houses without work. The king brought them, used them, and built the pyramid, and he gave them salaries, give them the money. Beer, bread, and salted fish. Between the workers' tombs, we found a tomb for a doctor. They weren't slaves. If you have slaves, why need a doctor to treat them? You can throw them away. I bring more and more slaves. They weren't slaves, they were workers. And this doctor, he did a brain surgery. Oh my God. 4,600 years. We had a brain surgery? Don't trust me. How we could know? We found the skull of this worker. And there's a hole in the skull. And the son of the worker completed his father's tomb, and he said his father lived after the surgery 3 years. And we found his surgical tools. It was made from flint. Flint stone is so sharp. Okay? So, brain surgery. If you can build a pyramid, you can do brain surgery. You can do anything. That's
Good
it.
job.
That's it? No.
No.
Keep digging, cleaning between the workers' tombs. We found a tomb for a guy. His name is Neferses. He was the chief of the workers in the eastern side of the Great Pyramid. Guess what? This guy was married 2 wives and he got a girlfriend.
Very busy.
Very busy.
How we could know? We found inside his tomb 4 false doors. The first false door, it was for the guy himself. The second false door, it was for the first wife. The third false door, it was for the second wife. The fourth false door, it was for the girlfriend. We found her name and her title. She was called Metret. From Metret, we got mistress. If you can build a pyramid, you can have a mistress. You can have a girlfriend. So everything started here. It's created on this land here. A mistress. Can you believe it? That's it? No.
No.
Keep digging between the workers' tombs. We found a tomb for a dwarf, little guy.
Dwarf.
Yes, dwarf. We have 2 kinds of dwarfs, Egyptian dwarfs and the black dwarfs come from the south, from Sudan. And there's 2 jobs for the dwarf. The first job for entertainment, to amuse the workers, to see jokes. It's hard work.
Yeah.
And to bring water for workers. The second job for a goldsmith. Oh my gosh. Goldsmith? Why? Because dwarfs have very little fingers. Would be perfect in making earrings or necklaces. Dwarves have little legs. If they took the gold and run away, we can arrest them. There's no way to steal us our gold. That's it? No. We keep digging between the workers' tombs. We found a tomb for a guy, his name is Petiti. The facade of the tomb was inscribed with what we called a curse inscriptions, a curse texts. There is hieroglyphics on the facade of the tomb. It says, if you are going to steal my tomb, the snake will bite you, the lion will eat you, the alligator will attack you. He believed by magic, Zeus animals or these spells will come true and will be as a guardians of the tomb and to protect and secure the tomb. That's it?
Maybe.
No.
No.
This time we worked inside the Great Pyramid. I believe inside this huge pyramid over there, many mysteries and secrets. Because we found the king chamber is empty. We found the sarcophagus is empty. This cannot be. So 15 years ago with National Geographic, and I was one of the team, we worked inside the second chamber, inside the pyramid. Because we found 2 tunnels, one for north and one for the south. The tunnel, it was about 20 by 20 centimeters, this size only. So what we did, we prepared advanced robot, and we inserted 8 cameras. It was a live show. And we let this robot to go inside this tiny tunnel. After 60 meters, 200 feet it was. Guess what? We found a small door with 2 handles of copper. Oh my gosh, a door with handles. People get more excited. What's behind the door? So what we did, we made a small drill, about 1 centimeters, and we insert a camera to investigate what behind the door. We found another door. Everybody was shocked, but I believe it's a great discovery. There is something is waiting for us behind the doors. Few years ago, like 3 years ago, Egyptian, French, Canadian, Japanese mission worked inside the pyramid with ultrasonics, with radars, telescopes, and they found a void space, about 30 meters inside the pyramid. This, it means there is another grand gallery, it's another passage, and another burial chamber. It means the burial chamber, the true burial chamber of the King Khufu is still hidden somewhere inside the pyramid, waiting for us to discover it. So it's gonna be the biggest discovery in the next few years to find the true burial chamber of the King Khufu. Yes. All the pyramids, tombs, monuments, all the 30% our monuments and our artifacts. It means 70% is still uncovered yet. thanks for God, I have a work in the future. But I have to convince him to give me money again. Really, I would enjoy to be with you in this little talk. And any questions, I'm ready.
What is that? What is this?
This is me. Okay, so before we finished, good. We are standing in front of the Sphinx. Okay, so this regular information, your tour guide will tell you about it. I'm telling you things is not in box, still not written yet. Okay, so some people say it. The Sphinx has many tombs, tunnels, either inside or beneath the Sphinx. So what we did, we made this is a drill, about 30 meters, 90 feet, to investigate what's beneath the Sphinx. Tunnels, chambers, guess what? Nothing, just a lake of underground water. Yes. There is subsoil water around here. And this water makes salt, and salt is eating the limestone. You see this white color? From the salt. This is why we do restoration for the Sphinx every month, every year. Sphinx was cut from one single rock, about 70 meters length, 20 meters height. This is a new restoration. This is the mother rock up there. You see the rock? It's just one rock. Some people say there is some tombs, tunnels inside the Sphinx. It's just a solid rock, but we found 4 tunnels. One behind the Dream Stela. This is called the Dream Stela. I'll tell you the story. The shaft is about 4 meters, but nothing there. The second tunnel, it's behind the head for 3 meters inside, nothing there. And the third one beside the tail, it's about 15 meters. Was cut in the rock. We did clean the tunnel. We found one of the robber's shoes. One of the robbers, he lost his shoes, and we found his shoe. That's it. The fourth tunnel in the left hand, beside his bow from outside. And the last cleaning for this tunnel was 1928. Those tunnels just to explore, to discover there is chambers, tombs or not, but they find out nothing there. This is what we call the dream stela, dream tablet. It tells us about the dream. One of the princes, his name is Tutmosis IV. His mother wasn't from Egypt, from Asia. So he wanted to support his power, support his throne. He said the god Sphinx was covered with sands, except his head. All the statue was covered with sands. And this prince was hunting gazelles, because it's called the Valley of Gazelles, in a summer day. So he was tired. He came to the shade of the head, and he slept. And the god Sphinx came to him in his dream and told him, "My son, I have been buried for years and years under the sands. If you are going to clean the sands around my body, I will make you the Pharaoh. I will make you the king of Egypt. Who will dare to disobey a choice of the god?" It's a kind of political propaganda. He tried to prove that the god selected him to be the king of Egypt. So what he did, he cleaned all the sands around the Sphinx, and he erected this tablet, and he's standing over there. The prince is burning incense for the god Sphinx, and the other side is giving offerings for the god Sphinx. And he recorded the story, the dream story, on this stela in hieroglyphics. But the end was eroded. We knew that Tutmosis IV, he became a king of Egypt. It means the dream came true. Right? Back to questions now. What was your questions?
How do you determine that you still have, that you've only found 30%?
Smart questions. Because we have a king list. We have a big list of kings. Okay? So we just discover few numbers only from this list. It means there is a long list is waiting for us to uncover them. Any other questions? I really enjoy it to be with you. And don't forget, if you can build a pyramid,
You can do anything.
I didn't hear it well. If you can build a pyramid,
You can
You can do anything.
Say it again together. If you can build a pyramid,
You
anything! So let's get a group photo now.
Okay.
You see, when you trust your feelings, when you never give up, you get good things. This is what I'm teaching to my assistants and everybody about this. But it's a feeling. When I found something for the first time, it's like a baby for me. It's like my wife is giving a birth and I'm holding the baby. It's a priceless feeling when you have something like this. Okay? That's it.
No.